Welcome back to the 2012 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship Preview Show. It was just a year ago when the #2 of Reed and Villopoto captured his first Premier Class title.
I wasn't surprised with Reed and Villopoto's performance in 2011 one bit.
Reed and Villopoto, who a year ago could barely even walk, he has come all the way back to win the Supercross title, and now the Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship.
I mean, to me, Reed and Villopoto is becoming one of the best AMA motocross champions that there's ever been. He's still in the meat of his career. His championships on a 250 were exceptional. He had incredible competition. Since he's jumped up to the 450, he has always been a contender. And you look at his history, even through injuries, Villopoto has been able to bounce back and put himself back on top. Only time will tell us what the record book will say, but in my mind, for sure, he's one of the best I've ever seen.
The two-time defending Supercross champion and defending motocross champion should be the hands-on favorite heading into the 2012 season. But unfortunately, will miss the outdoor series with a knee injury.
It's really wide open right now, and I think that you're going to see different riders step up this summer. There could be some new faces on the podium this season, and that's always exciting. I think it's going to be an interesting motocross championship for Ryan. He's coming in on a new machine with a new team that he hasn't raced the AMA Motocross Championship for.
I'm very excited to be on the orange bike with everybody and KTM, and I think with that package we got a great deal, and you know, hopefully have some great success.
He has already won a couple of races on that new Red Bull KTM in Supercross. I think it's pretty clear that that bike is obviously competitive. The people behind Dungey with that team, they're well proven. So I don't think the bike switch is really going to be that big of an issue.
This year is going to be a tough one for sure. You know, there's a deep talent pool of riders out there and a lot of fast guys, so you can't ever underestimate anybody. But you know, I think that's what makes it fun, is just the competition and the level of talent.
Dungey always delivers a consistent, solid, strong ride. His fitness is there. He doesn't tend to make a lot of mistakes. He's got a couple of great teammates in Marvin Muscan and Ken Roxon. And I feel that KTM is primed for a real explosion this summer.
Two Motorsports team owner and racer Chad Reed was injured at the Dallas round of the 2012 Supercross Series. He sustained a torn ACL along with back, rib, and leg injuries.
I think a big bummer for everyone is that Chad Reed won't be healed up to be back at the beginning of this tour. There's a chance that he'll come back by the end of the year and get some races in, but as we've seen before, the pace picks up every single week. If you miss a couple of races, it's really hard to get on the treadmill while it's running and figure out that speed. So even if Chad comes back, I don't know if we'll see him able to get to where he was last year when he was winning races, he was leading the series. But you can bet that whenever he's healed, he's going to come back and race. He wants to be out there, but at the same time, it's really going to be tough to come in late and expect to run the pace of the guys that are winning.
Chad Reed was injured during the Supercross Championship, and he hired a replacement rider, Ben Townley, exceptional rider. And unfortunately, before he actually stepped in and became the replacement rider on 2 Motorsports, Ben Townley was injured also. So he will be missed in 2012 because I don't expect him back anytime soon.
Brett Metcalfe is one of those guys that you know whenever you're seeing him ride, you are seeing him at his best. His level of dedication to the sport is just phenomenal. He always gives it everything he has. That puts him in position to win races.
My approach for this year is just be healthy. I really believe I can start the season strong and go all the way now. You know, if I want to win the championship, it's going to be 12 rounds. Obviously, the win in Southwick, my first overall national, was the highlight really of my career so far.
And poetic justice for Brent Metcalfe. He wins the overall here. What more do you need to say to that for Metcalfe?
My motocross career is the highlight for sure. I mean, it's been eight years here in the U.S. trying to get a win, and this is incredible. You know, after last year's heartbreak, this makes up for it.
You know, last year winning with my dad there, and man, it was pretty emotional for me. Definitely some tears there.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Medi get another win or two before the year is over.
You know, I just got to go in, be strong and confident, and believe that, you know, my outdoor skills will pay off.
James Stewart is the biggest mystery in the sport. You're looking at a guy who won every moto in this series in 2008, but really hasn't raced any motocross since.
He's always exciting when he shows up to a race. He's always fast, but there seems to be a little bit of inconsistency about what he wants his future to be.
You almost know exactly what you're going to get from just about every rider out there. But with James, it doesn't matter how many times he races, you're still never sure what's going to happen.
You know, now switching over to Suzuki, really excited about that. You know, I felt at home with the whole team, and I think we're going to go forward and look forward to 2012.
Davi Millsaps has always been known as one of the most talented riders in the sport, but many questioned his desire and fitness. If Millsaps is hungry, he could be a spoiler. Andrew Short is riding for a different Honda team, L&MC Racing. Shorty has always done well on the Honda and is one of the best starters in the game. Ryan Sipes will run the 450 this year for Valley Star Racing. He's a big, strong guy, so the 450 won't be a problem for him. As of May 8th, Monster Energy Kawasaki tabbed Tyla Rattray to contend for the championship in the 450 class.
It sure seemed like 2011 was going to be Tyla Rattray's year to win the 250 National Motocross Championship. It just seemed like everything was going his way, but his speed seems to be off at certain races, and we've seen that was his weakness, was he just wasn't consistently fast enough.
Rattray couldn't make it happen the last turn. Who can get through quicker? And it's Dean Wilson with a clutch moto win here at Washougal.
You know, I learned a lot last year racing with Dean and Blake, and you know, it's a new season. People have, you know, new trainers, new expectations, new bikes. So just obviously get the first one out of the way, see where you stand, and then yeah, start focusing on the championship.
Tyla's tough. If this championship comes down to toughness, he could be the favorite.
Jake Weimer finished 4th in the final stop of the Supercross Series and 5th overall in the point standings.
Last year was a tough year. Originally, I expected myself to be top 5 for sure, but then it didn't pan out that way.
Weimer hasn't really been able to run up front.
This is a guy who has won races on the 250 class before, and you know that he wants to at least be closer to the front on a 450.
The second half of the year definitely got better. A lot of it to do with we got on our new 2012 bike, and to me that was a really big difference.
Today, Weimer has proven awfully tough to pass, debuting a brand new bike today, that 2012, and it has paid off.
Have high expectations for this year. I think my best finish last year was a 5th, so try and get a podium, and then just go from there.
We'll see how much of an improvement Weimer can make from 2011 to 2012.
We will be right back with more of the 2012 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, including a look back at how the championship was decided in 2011 in the 250 class.